Nikon will have another camera announcement in the fourth quarter of 2025, likely between October and December. And today, I want to talk about the specs of this camera, because this camera is promising to be the one camera to get, because it has all the features that you want on a Nikon camera for a very affordable price. And before we talk about this camera, quick reminder to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss out the upcoming rumor. Nikon is showing an impressive pace when it comes to camera releases. They announced the Z6 Mark III earlier this year, and then the popular Zfc updates. Both cameras are selling really hot, according to my contacts from store managers in Europe, US, Asia. Nikon is really nailing it with the releases of the camera so far, and I think also the camera coming in Q4 will sell like hotcake, because it has top-notch features for a very low price. The camera is the Nikon ZR, so a completely new model in Nikon's Z lineup, and today I want to share the specs we know. I still don't have a final image of the camera, but the camera will likely have a retro body like the Zfc or classic DSLR style design. But the camera is coming definitely in the fourth quarter of 2025, likely between October and December. This is when the camera will be announced along potentially new Z mount lenses. So we are getting exciting new products in the fourth quarter. And what to expect from the Nikon ZR? First of all, it has the latest top-notch sensor, the 24.5 megapixel partially stacked CMOS sensor we are seeing on cameras like the Z6 Mark III. Of course, it also has IBIS, and this would be something completely new. This would be a first for a Nikon APS-C camera if true. So this is a huge addition. And it also has the Speed 7 processor that you see on the Z8 and ZF. Basically, you're getting everything you need in this camera. And unlike cheaper options, this camera has advanced subject detection with eye, face, animal, and vehicle tracking, the same AI-powered tracking used in Z6 III. Working with basic autofocus systems is quite a hassle in difficult conditions. So, I am definitely pro-advanced AF. The ZR also offers up to 11 frames per second mechanical burst rate and possibly 20 frames per second electronic with crop. For video, you're getting 4K 60 frames per second oversampled from 6K or 5.2K with 10-bit internal recording in H.265 format. So I think this is the camera to buy if you want to enter as a photographer into the Z-mount system. Because basically there's little reason to buy a more expensive camera because you have the latest sensor technology. In body image stabilization, the Speed 7 processor, advanced AI autofocus, and excellent video capabilities. And the only cheaper option would be older Z-mount cameras like the original Z5 or Z6 that don't have the partially stacked sensor technology and definitely don't have the in-body image stabilization. The ZR will obviously cost more than these entry-level options that are currently on the market. So pricing is rumored to be around $1,199 to $1,299 if it's positioned as an APS-C high-end body, or $1,399 to $1,499 if Nikon decides to make it a full-frame entry-level camera. Personally, I think the APS-C positioning makes more sense given the features and Nikon's current lineup gaps. I don't have the final pricing yet. I will make a new video as soon as I have first of all the real images of the ZR and also final info about the pricing. But overall, the camera will have a weather-sealed magnesium alloy body construction, which means it can handle challenging weather conditions that would damage cheaper plastic-bodied cameras. You're getting a vari-angle LCD touchscreen that flips out for vlogging and difficult shooting angles. Plus, it has full touch functionality for menu navigation and focus point selection. For content creators, there's both mic and headphone jack, which is becoming increasingly rare on cameras these days. USB-C handles both charging and data transfer, so you can charge the camera while shooting or quickly transfer files to your computer. There's a single SDU-HS2 card slot, which should provide fast enough write speeds for the burst modes and 4K video recording. The connectivity package includes Wi-Fi for wireless file transfer, Bluetooth for always-on connection with your smartphone, and SnapBridge for seamless mobile integration. SnapBridge automatically transfers low-resolution copies of your photos to your phone for quick sharing on social media while keeping the high-resolution originals on your memory card. So you're getting a really complete package here that covers both serious photography and modern content creation needs. But overall, this is not going to be a spectacular new camera like the Z9 or the Z8 that had both new kind of crazy features like 8K video recording, dual processors, and professional-grade video specifications. But the ZR is going to be the most balanced, reasonable, best-price camera in the Z mount range. That's according to my opinion as a photographer. So definitely watch out NikonRumors.com, because there are some rumors coming nearly every day on the website. I really think Nikon will again nail it with this camera, and down the road we are getting more cameras from Nikon in 2026. So they ain't done, because they already did register a couple of more cameras with certification agencies. So there will be new updates to existing lines like potentially a Z6 Mark IV or Z7 Mark III, and potentially completely new models filling different market segments. So they are really busy, unlike for example Canon, which only released some incremental updates this year, like minor refreshes to existing models, or other companies like Sony, which have been relatively quiet in the mirrorless space. They announced some new models, but Nikon is faster than all those companies and also I think on average more innovative because you can always find some new exciting features on Nikon cameras. The ZR is a perfect example. If the IBIS rumors are true, this would be groundbreaking as the first Nikon APS-C camera with in-body stabilization, something that Canon and Sony have been doing for years. So for me as a photographer, this definitely represents the best choice for entering the Z system. But there is more to come, and definitely you have to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss the upcoming Nikon rumors, because there will be some exciting Nikon announcements in 2026 that I promise, so definitely stay tuned. So that's about it. If you have some rumors about the camera that you want to share, you stumble upon some information on the channel, you can contact me using email address here in the contact form, and expect me to soon share some more info. And if possible, also the first leaked images of the ZR. Even if I know that it will look more or less like the Zfc with that retro styling or classic DSLR design. So there will be no big surprises in terms of overall aesthetics, but you will see, for example, the exact position of the mode dials, the film simulation dial if they include one, and how Nikon implements all these advanced features into what might be a more compact body than their full-frame offerings. Thanks for watching.